exchanged Valentine's with their Valentine's yet? We got that out the way? Hmm? I do. Yeah, I took her out to dinner last night. Because it'd be easier to take her out tonight because, yeah, you know, the restaurant's going to be packed.
That's what my dad did. He bought my mom like the biggest arrangement of flowers I've ever seen. He's like $40 worth it. Because he said if he bought them today, they would have been more money. He's crazy.
All right, yeah, everything's moving. Good morning. You get a late pass? Late pass, y'all pass, y'all late pass. Ready to go get one? They're not getting no mom? Why not? Not yet? Not yet? Oh, so you start there. I still don't know exactly how they do things yet around here, as far as that's concerned, but we'll figure it out. Anyway. Imagery. We're working on imagery. Take out something. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Don't worry about this just yet. Okay. Come back there. Take out something to write with. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stamp work this morning. So, what's up, Jose? Go ahead. We're gonna be doing some work on these stamping this morning. So, definitely bear that in mind if you want some extra credit, right? Taking notes. All right. So, 5 sentences, right? We all have 5 sentences. Who knows them off the top of their head? Anybody? I have more than 5 sentences.
Your sense, your eyesight.
My sense? Your what?
Smelling.
Naive, what is this?
No.
Your smell.
Smell, your eyesight. Taste, hearing, and touch.
Right. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. You can write that down. It's sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Alright? Now, there was an exercise I actually wanted to do with you guys that the powers that be were like, no. I want to take you guys outside and take you for like a walk around the block. Because I wanted you to kind of soak in all 5 senses. And, you know, I was going to have you walk out, close your eyes, you know, kind of get an idea about how the 5 senses kind of affect you right around Kelly's building, some of the things that you smell and see and so forth. But, since we can't do that, and we do have a classroom, that's what I want you guys to do. Very quickly, all on your sheets of paper, I want you guys to explain to me, I want you to give a quick list of the classroom using all 5 senses, right? Using sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Just write it down. Just tell me in your paper some of the stuff that you guys smell. Tell me some of the things that you guys see. Tell me some of the things that you guys hear. Obviously, tell me what you're touching, which is probably a pen in the desk. It's, you know, not a lot going on in the classroom, but I think it's a start. So. 10-question quiz on the part-time Indian, up to what we grade is kind of a halfway quiz. You guys should be around halfway through the book. I want you to read to page 118, which is the end of a chapter and the beginning of another one, by tomorrow. And again, this is 10 questions, very, kind of general details. If you've been reading the book, if you're paying attention to the plot, you shouldn't have a big problem with this quiz. But I am going to give it tomorrow, so keep that in mind. It's on the board. Read to page 118. All right. So, very quickly, senses. I'm a writer, and I do think that senses are very applicable when it comes to writing in general because, it's one of those things that if you're a good writer, you're very detail-oriented, and I think a lot of the best writers are detail-oriented, then, you can pretty much draw upon a lot of the things that you've seen, heard, smelled, and you can do it in vivid detail. Which is to say, if you're standing out in the corner, you're looking at the facade or the front of the taqueria, and you actually sit there and you look at it and you smell it from the outside. You can see the cracks in the wall, cracks in the building. So if you're trying to describe that in a story, then it's pretty easy for you to do if you can actually remember it. Now when I talk about using your senses, sometimes you actually have to dull some of your other senses in order to enhance some other ones, okay? Question? He said, so he wasn't blind, he wasn't...
No, he could see, but he just could see your name in the color.
Right, exactly. So, when I say dulling your senses, I don't know if you guys have ever, you ever heard of, deaf people? People, not necessarily not deaf people, but blind people who have an exaggerated sense of hearing. They're blind people who can really hear, right? They can probably hear better than the average human being who can see because they have to exaggerate that sense because they can't see it, so they have to compensate. So that's what I mean by dulling senses in order to enhance other senses. So, if I was going to take you guys outside like I wanted to, I was going to have you take some time to actually close your eyes and just stand there and kind of tell me what you heard. Because if you sit down and actually close your eyes, and you can hear, maybe a little bit more than you could hear if you were actually looking at things and you were getting those type of, synapses hitting you as well. So that's just something I want you guys to keep in mind. If you ever get to the point where you are writing a paper, you're trying to describe something, you're trying to describe an event, really kind of take yourself back there and remember all the details. Remember the little things that you saw. Again, the little cracks in the wall, the little minor details. If you see a building and you saw a kid running across the street somewhere off in the distance, things like that you want to describe. Again, we went over narrative writing, last week, and we talked about not bogging your paper down with too much detail, but just enough detail just to kind of balance it all out. And I think that's something that definitely works when you're doing English. So, I have a couple pictures that I want you guys to show. Again, this is also more stamp work I got for you guys. I want you to, I'm going to show you a picture. I got 3 or 4 of them over here. And when you see it, I basically want you to use your 5 senses to kind of imagine, describe each scenario. Just, pretend you're there. Use your 5 senses to describe what you see, hear, smell for each picture. Okay? I'm going to show them one at a time. I'm going to give everybody plenty enough time to do this. And that's it. So here's the first picture. Alright? See if I can kill that. Now you guys see? I don't want to make it so you can't see your writing. who's late, listen up. Real quick, two things. First of all, we are currently on the board, we're working on imagery. We're engaged in the 5 senses: sight, smell, sound, taste, whatever, sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch. Sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch. So sometimes I forget it too. Anyway, we're engaging those senses, all right? And the idea is that I'm showing images on the board, and I want you guys to write down what your 5 senses, what you imagine your 5 senses will be kicking, what you would see, what you would hear, what you would smell, what you would taste, what you would touch, if you were in these particular situations, all right? I'm giving stamps for this work, so you guys make sure you do it, even those who came in late, okay?